Hi, my name is Luna, aka the Vampire Girl, and it's all because I had the meanest parents. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. I grew up in a normal family in a small town in the Netherlands. But as I got older, I realized that my parents were not just normal. They were actually weirdos. I had never seen them leave the house, like going out for work or buying supplies. What was most annoying was that they often whispered to each other about something extremely mysterious. You might wonder how we could survive. Well, a box of supplies would mysteriously arrive every week, and I had never seen the delivery man. Every day, Dad would spend hours reading the newspaper and circling stuff on it with a red marker. Once, when I was 3, I was trying to warn my dad that there was a spider about to crawl over his breakfast, but he kept ignoring me, so I leapt onto the table and put my foot in his bowl, spilling it all over his newspaper, and Dad went bonkers.
Oh my god, do you realize what you've done?
Spider, spider!
You're just Spider, idiot! Just leave me alone!
Mom, hug! Hug!
You, stay away from me! Didn't I buy you a bunch of stuffed animals? Go back to your room and hug them.
Gosh, I wished I could just leave them forever. They didn't even love me. We never had any visitors, but my grandma. But when I was 5, Grandma came to see us once and she brought me an adorable cat. I was so happy. A rare creature is about to live in my house. But of course my parents are just being themselves.
We already have Luna. It's hard enough to take care of her. No, just take it back, please, Mom.
No freaking way! I ran up to my room with the cat and slammed the door shut. But when I woke up in the morning, my cat had flown away, even though it didn't have wings. I looked all over the house. Nothing. I just knew my parents had gotten rid of it. I screamed and cried, but they said they didn't know anything. Liars! I made a bold decision to run outside and search for my kitten. This was the first time I was breaking my family's rules. But that didn't matter anymore, because I had decided I was never going back to this house. It was a really sunny day, and as I kept running, my skin suddenly started turning really red and itchy. Oh, my body's getting scorched by the sun! I let out one huge scream and fainted. When I woke up, I was lying on my bed. In the room were the doctor and my parents. The doctor said I had a rare condition and advised my parents to absolutely prevent me from any exposure to sunlight.
See? That's what happens when you don't take our advice.
No, that's not true. That can't be right. My parents might be weird, but doctors aren't. Besides, the sun almost killed me, and I never want to go through that horrible feeling again. So after that, I refused to let a single ray of sunlight touch my body, not even indoors. I covered myself from tip to toe, socks, trek pants, hoodie, and a face mask. Only my eyes were visible. The weirdest people like my parents almost fainted when they first saw me running around the house like a little ninja. From nightfall is when I felt safe to remove my costume. I never go outside during the day because I think the outfit isn't thick enough. I even insisted on being homeschooled. But when I turned 15, my parents decided to let me attend regular school. Are you serious? Do you want me to die? I'm allergic to the sun, you know.
I'm fed up with that ninja outfit. After all these years, your condition is probably completely healed by now.
I'd rather jump off a cliff than listen to you.
If you keep behaving this way, I swear I'll send you to your aunt's place in Norway. There's only sunlight there for 6 months.
Gosh, they were unbelievable, and they thought I didn't know about their plan. Fine, but don't think I won't wear this costume to school. I will! It's been years since you last walked in the sun. I can feel the heat slowly getting inside. And when people say you're weirdos for dressing me up like this, just know that you asked for it. I joined school in the 10th grade, and the minute I entered the classroom, everybody started laughing and whispering things like weirdo and freak. I chose the seat farthest from the window and kept my mask on all the time. In lunch break, I waited for everyone to leave the cafeteria before I went in, but suddenly a girl came up and slapped me on the shoulder. It was Jessie.
Luna, right? I'm just curious, why are you dressed like a garbage bag?
I'm ugly. I don't want everyone to laugh at me. She started laughing and just left. I knew that if I said I was allergic to the sun, I would definitely get into trouble. Soon enough, I discovered she was the meanest girl around and would pick on me every chance she got, throwing snakes into my backpack, hiding all the toilet paper when I used the restroom. Another day, I solved a math problem on the board, and as I was returning to my seat, I slipped on some water and fell on the floor.
That's where your place is anyway, weirdo!
I ignored Jessie's stupid pranks, but one day she went too far. I was standing in the shade enjoying a baseball game when suddenly Jessie came out and snatched my mask. I lost my balance and fell off the bleachers. I quickly pulled my hoodie over my face. "You're a crazy freak!" I snapped at Jessie and bit down hard on her hand. Jessie let out a pained scream.
Ah, help! Let me go! You sun-phobic vampire!
And that's how I got my name, Vampire Girl. I could hear people calling me a monster, but I didn't care. At least the bullies were a little scared of me now. A few days later, a new kid joined our class named Luca. His outfit had a bit of a medieval vibe, which made Jessie and her minions laugh uncontrollably when they saw him. They'd found their new target. I joined him in the cafeteria at lunch that day and we started talking. I found out that he was the new janitor's son. He was really sweet and never even said I was crazy when I told him about my condition. I was so happy to have made a friend. But one day, as I was walking down the hallway, I found Jessie and her friends surrounding Luca. She threw the cake on the floor and arrogantly said,
Oops! You can clean this up, Luca. I mean, you'll grow up to be a janitor like your dad, right? Come on, just sit down and wipe it with your butt.
"Hey jerk, stop it! Didn't you promise last time that you wouldn't bully him anymore? Looks like that bite was too gentle, huh? I'll make sure it's way worse this time if you don't get out of here immediately." Jessie rolled her eyes at me, but when I leapt forward, she actually screamed and went running. Luca thanked me, and I always made sure to stick close to him after that. But then, one day, Luca and I had just entered the classroom after recess when Jessie started screaming like crazy.
OMG, my brand new iPhone! It's gone! Someone stole it!
And then she pounced on Luca and grabbed him by his shirt.
You must have done it, you little janitor! You beggar, you thief! Where is it?
"Hey, knock it off you! You have no proof!"
I'll get the proof, girl!
She snatched his bag and started throwing out all his things. I grabbed her hair and she turned around and attacked me. We got into a huge fight and just then the principal walked in. Jessie screamed, insisting that Luca was the culprit and that he had hidden the loot inside his locker. Of course, the principal found nothing there. However, Luca was left humiliated in front of everyone. He seemed very upset, with his face down on the desk. I caught up with him after school. "Hey Luca, are you okay? Jessie is such a witch. I hate rich people. They always look down on us like we're not even human."
Maybe she called me a thief just because I'm poor. Maybe we don't belong here.
"Luca, wait!" And he just walked away. He didn't come to school the next day and his dad was nowhere to be seen either. A week passed and there was still no sign of them. I felt worried, but I didn't know where he lived. But then I remembered Luca talking about how his dad also worked at a restaurant in the evening, so I decided to go talk to him. As I was walking down the street one night without my mask or hoodie, I saw a masked guy running towards me, and suddenly he started snatching my bag as I tried to get away. I lunged at his face and pulled his mask off, and I nearly fell back in shock. It was Luca. But before I could say anything, he ran away. I couldn't believe my eyes. What's going on? Luca really is a thief. Jessie was right. I felt betrayed. What I didn't expect was that Luca showed up at school 2 days later, but I just ignored him. But when he kept following me and asking me what was wrong, I suddenly lost it. "I'll tell you! The girl you robbed the other night on the street, that was me!" He looked horrified.
You, I didn't know. I've never seen your face.
"Whether it's me or not doesn't matter. The real issue is that you're a liar and a thief. I really made a mistake trusting and fighting for you." Suddenly he started weeping like a baby.
I didn't want to steal. Luna, but I just had no choice. My dad's in the hospital. We needed the money. I'm so sorry, but I swear I didn't steal Jessie's phone. I've never stolen anything until that night.
He kept crying and my heart went out to him. "I'm sorry about your dad. Why didn't you tell me and everyone? Let me help you now, but promise me you'll never steal anything again."
I don't want to bother you. I don't want everyone to see me as poor or suspect me of stealing.
"Don't worry about that, Luca. People are better than you think." I immediately went to talk to the school principal. Together, we planned a fundraiser for Luca's dad. Within a day, we raised all the money Luca needed for his dad's treatments and even more. The biggest donors were Jessie's parents. They kept praising me at the fundraiser for arranging the event, and this made Jessie even angrier.
Don't let it get to your head, Luna. You're still a freak and you could never be me.
As if I want to be. What's so special about you anyway, other than being super dumb?
Excuse you. I've been prom queen for the last 2 years. You could never.
Oh, that's cool, but things changed once I got involved.
Haha, seriously, it's prom, not some freak Halloween show. You'll never beat me, stupid vampire.
Luca whispered into my ear.
Don't argue with the girl who hasn't even seen your face!
I bought a beautiful dress for prom since it's tonight. It was the first time anyone in school would be seeing me without my mask and hoodie. As soon as I entered the hall, I saw people turning around and asking each other who I was. Just then, Luca came to me and took my arm.
Luna, you're so gorgeous today!
That's Luna, the vampire girl. I can't believe it was that face behind that mask all this time. She's gorgeous.
Jessie looked furious when she saw everyone's attention was on me, and to my shock, I was actually voted as that year's prom queen. As I was being crowned, suddenly Jessie came charging at me on the stage, trying to rip the crown off my head. But then something strange happened. The bullies who used to pick on me saved me. They all stopped Jessie and took her away.
Hey, don't lay a finger on her, old prom queen.
That was amazing. Things at school started getting better. Everyone was super nice to me now. Luca was tutoring kids after school and his dad came back to work. Soon, nobody paid any attention to Jessie and her gang anymore, and all they could do was give me death glares. But one day after gym class, I was quickly changing in the dark locker room when suddenly Jessie and her minions barged in. One of them quickly grabbed my hoodie while the others grabbed me by my hands and legs and started carrying me outside. Stop! Don't do that! Let me go! The more I screamed, the tighter they held on to me. Soon after, they dragged me out into the sun and pinned me to the ground.
Heck, you lied to me. You're not ugly, so you must be a vampire. I hope you melt and disappear. Haha.
Suddenly, someone pushed the girls away. It was a teacher and Luca. While the teacher dragged the bullies off to the principal, Luca quickly took me inside as I cried like crazy.
You're okay now? And your skin, it looks totally fine. It's not even red. Luna, does it hurt or burn?
I looked all over my arms and realized he was right. There were no rashes and it didn't itch or burn at all. Was my condition gone for good? Or had it just been all in my head? When I went back home that day, my parents were shocked to see me.
Luna, where's your hoodie and your mask?
I threw them all away. Mom, Dad, I was out in the sun and nothing happened to me. Maybe I'm cured. Unexpectedly, my parents hugged me tightly, and what they said next was truly like a bolt from the blue.
Sweetheart, it was all just a lie. You don't have any problem at all.
But the doctor?
The doctor was fake, too. Actually, you were just having a normal reaction to sunlight because you rarely went outside. He said what we wanted him to say to protect you.
Protect? No way! I never believed you guys because you hated me and wanted to get rid of me. You even got rid of my cat.
No, we didn't, sweetheart. It just ran away. And we never hated you. When you were growing up, your mother and I were working as undercover government agents. Our actions and work might have made you feel ignored.
What?
Moreover, we didn't want the enemy to discover our identities. That's why we had you wear a mask and hoodie when going outside.
What? My parents were secret agents. That was the last thing I'd ever expected. But suddenly their weird behavior made sense. I wish you'd told me sooner. I could have kept everything a secret.
Just the two of us enduring was more than enough. We always wanted you to live comfortably and not have to worry. We're sorry, Luna.
We should have been better parents to you. We love you so much.
I love you too, guys.
Hi, my name is Sophie, and I'm from Ohio. Please like and subscribe. In my small town, I was known as the kid with the perfect mom. She raised me alone after my dad left us, and she was so stunning that she became a famous model. Everyone admired her beauty and strength. Mom loved looking and being perfect. She always dressed us up in matching amazing outfits. And once I joined school, she threw parties for my classmates and their parents all the time. We were the most popular family in the first grade. But when the party was over, she was a very different person. She was obsessed with doing crazy skin routines and clicking pictures. If I wanted to hang out with her, she would make me join her dumb photos. One time, she actually dressed up as Mary, and I was her little kitten. She posted that photo all over the internet for weeks. Whenever I spoke to people in school, they just said, "Meow." No way! I was hanging out with Mom anymore. I had plenty of friends to spend time with. Even after that embarrassing kitten photo, I was always off at sleepovers with my friends. Until one day when I was in the 2nd grade, Mom gave me some bombshell news.
I'm pregnant. I'm gonna have a baby.
I screamed with excitement. I'm gonna be a big sister.
Yes,
Who's her dad?
not important.
When baby June was born, I held her in my arms and refused to let go. Mom threw a massive party at home to celebrate her, and everyone fell in love with her adorable blue eyes and cur. But as June grew up, I realized something was wrong with her. If someone wasn't standing directly beside her, she would start crying like a banshee. She constantly bumped into furniture, and if I kicked a ball away from her, she'd take forever to find it, even though it was in plain sight. We took her to a doctor and found out that she had no vision in the center of her eye. She could only see on her sides. Her condition was called Stargardt disease, and unfortunately, it have a cure. Eventually, she had to get her the bulky glasses. They didn't fix her vision completely, but they helped. I got ready for big sister duty. I chose June's outfits every day, walked her to school, and destroyed anyone who dared to look at her wrong. None of the kids in June's class wanted to be friends with her, so I asked Mom to throw a party for her classmates, just like she used to for me. But Mom said,
I'm too busy with work. Besides, June has you. She doesn't need anyone else.
By the time I was in 7th grade, June came everywhere with me. She came to my sleepovers, went to the movies with my friends, and we all stayed up doing each other's hair. I thought we had so much fun, but one day, I came out into the backyard to see that June wasn't wearing her glasses anymore. My friends were throwing them around like a ball. I took her glasses back from my friends and screamed at them like crazy.
It was just a game.
Get out of my house! Get out! How could they be such jerks? After that day, they uninvited me to all their parties, and they started ignoring me in school. They even made me sit at the unpopular table at lunch. In just one night, I'd become a complete loner. Whatever I didn't need their terrible energy, and their behavior made June feel really bad. One day, I saw her talking to some kids in the neighborhood without her glasses on. When I asked her to wear them, she threw them at me.
No, I'm finally making friends.
June, you could get really hurt.
Go away, self.
She ran away from me and started crossing the street. A car was coming really fast, and it was gonna hit her. I just knew it. I flew towards her, but I was too slow. Just as I prepared for the worst, a boy suddenly grabbed June and pulled her off the road. I was so relieved. My knees melted. The boy placed June before me and gave me his hand.
Are you okay?
Are you an angel?
Excuse me.
I mean, hello! I got myself together and thanked him for his help. His name was Philip, and he was the bravest person I'd ever met. He was new to our neighborhood, and he was going to join our school. We became friends instantly, like puzzle pieces fitting together. And the best part, he was amazing with June. He was never mean to her, and he said her glasses made her look like a cool superhero. When I was in the 10th grade, Philip asked me to be his girlfriend, and I said yes, faster than the speed of light. I was so excited for my first relationship, but the only problem was that we never got time alone. June was always with us, and while we loved her, it did make some of our dates pretty awkward. When I asked Mom to find a babysitter, she said,
Wow, Sophie, I didn't realize you were tired of your sister.
I am not. I just want one night to myself.
And if this babysitter bullies June, then what? What if she clicks pictures of her and them all over the internet?
That's not gonna happen.
Are you sure?
I remembered my cruel friends and had to bite my tongue. June and I continued to be attached at the hip until one day when something awesome happened. She got invited to a sleepover by some girls in her class.
I really want to go by myself. Pretty please?
Yes, this was perfect timing. There was a massive party at my friend's house that night, and the whole school was gonna be there. I dropped June off at her friend's house and joined Philip at the party I'd been there for only an hour. When suddenly the music turned off, I looked up to see Mom standing on stage.
Sophie, where are you?
Mom!
June just got into a huge fight at a friend's house. How could you put a party over your own sister? You're so selfish.
My jaw hit the floor. The whole school was watching as Mom marched me back to her car where June was sitting in tears. Why would you get into a fight?
She called me an instant insect, and they broke my glasses. See?
Did you hit her hard?
I broke her nose.
Good girl. She defended herself. She's okay, Mom.
Nothing is okay. I had to go get her because you wouldn't pick up your phone, and now I have to spend thousands of dollars to buy another one of those ugly glasses. Her classmates hate her even more now. Is this what you wanted?
Of course not.
Do you like that you're popular while your sister keeps getting bullied?
Stop it. None of that is true. I knew Mom was wrong, but everything she said made me feel so guilty. Why did I have to go to that stupid party? Mom grounded us both for the entire summer break, and Philip came over to meet me at home.
You got grounded just for going to a party?
Well, I left June alone, so...
You're her sister, not her mom.
You don't get it. I knew she had trouble making friends. I should have been there for her.
You're literally with her every second while your mom's always busy.
She's a single parent. She has to work.
She can't find a babysitter. For some reason, she makes you do everything for her. She embarrassed you in front of the whole school, and then she grounded you. Sophie, she sounds terrible.
I gasped and slapped him. You can't say that to me. She's the only parent I have. Tears filled my eyes, and I stormed away. If he couldn't understand my family situation, I didn't want to be with him. I was too thick-headed to see how right he was. Until one day, when I was in the 11th grade, and the school principal called me to his office. Jun was there too. What happened now? They told me that.
June was a genius. She had a 145 IQ.
Wow.
She can go to any school for gifted kids in the country, with a full scholarship. And June has chosen the school in New York City.
What? Why New York? Isn't there a school in our state?
Yes, but I choose New York.
I pulled June aside after the meeting. You want to go away? Why?
Why should I stay here so you and Mom can keep being embarrassed of me?
What?
I love you, Sophie, but I'm tired of being the blind idiot you're forced to take care of.
June, you're my sister. I do things for you because I love you.
I've seen you lose friends and boyfriends for me, while Mom acts like I don't even exist. I'm sick of being a burden. I'm leaving you, and Mom can finally be free.
I was numb with shock. June was gonna be alone in another state. My relationship with Mom was beyond repair, and June was packing up all her stuff. Everything in my life was falling apart. One day, June brought me to her room, and Philip was sitting inside. What is this?
I'm leaving now, and you're Sophie's next best friend. So, stop fighting, work it out.
She locked us in her room, the little minx. Well, you were right. My mom is a terrible person, and I was an idiot.
You weren't an idiot.
You were the only one who was nice to June, and I was horrible to you. I'm so sorry, Philip.
You were dealing with a lot, Sophie. I understand. And June's leaving now.
I just don't know how she's gonna live without me. I feel scared.
She'll be fine. Look at this.
He showed me the pamphlets and website for the school, and once I calmed down, the place looked amazing. They had so many fun activities, and there was a whole section just for differently abled students. Some kids in the photos were wearing glasses just like Jun's. Suddenly, I knew I had to let her go. When June came back to her room, I pulled her into a tight hug. I wish I could keep you with me forever, but I think this school is a good choice. You deserve better than this stupid town.
Really, I just wanted to stop being a burden to you.
Don't you dare call yourself that again. You were never a burden to me, June. You'll always be the greatest gift I ever got.
Sophie, I love you.
I love you more.
I love you most.
When going outside, always remember to have an adult with you and never cross the street alone. Protecting yourself is the most important thing.
Hi, I'm Olive. I was adopted by my foster parents when I was only 4, and ever since then, I lived with them in India. Before continuing the story, please like and subscribe. Both of them love me to bits. But just as I turned 5, my foster mom died of some illness, and 2 years later, Dad married another woman who also had a girl child named Ria. She was 2 years older than me, and I was excited about finally having an elder sis. But for some reason, we never got along, and even my stepmom totally hates me. On my 10th birthday, I woke up to find party preps going on in the house. I ran to my stepmom to find her busy putting makeup on Ria. OMG, Mom. I can't believe you're throwing a birthday party. Can you put some makeup on me too? I love you so much.
Throwing a party? I won't even throw garbage in your name. All this is for my own beautiful daughter.
Just then, Dad came in and hugged me.
Well, my beautiful daughter never needs makeup. She's an angel already. Happy birthday, dear.
He gifted me a beautiful necklace, and then we both baked my birthday cake together. Dad was literally the best. One day in the 7th grade, as Ria and I were walking to school, a boy jumped in front of us with a rose.
You're so beautiful, Olive.
Ria snatched the rose from his hand and crushed it under his feet. As soon as we reached home, Ria fed lies to her mom and she turned into an angry goddess.
So you're planning on spoiling my name, you ugly brat, talking and hanging out with boys. Do you think you're Miss World? You're not going to school anymore?
Mom, wait. Just listen. I didn't.
What? You mean Ria is lying?
My stepmom took my hand and tried to lock me in my room, but just then Dad came in and saved me.
That's enough. This is not how you treat my girl.
Dad took me away and told me something really shocking. He said he's tracked down my real mom and I could go see her. Dad, no, I love you. And no matter what, I'm not leaving you. A few weeks later, he went abroad for a business trip, and I was dreading being left alone with my stepmom and Ria. But the very next day, my stepmom woke me up with a coffee and a smile. Something was wrong. She even gave me Ria's makeup kit and asked me to put it on. But when I went downstairs, there was a big group of people in my house. She then whispered to me,
Listen, behave well. That's the groom's family, for God's sake. Make them like you. I just want to get rid of you as soon as possible.
"What are you talking about, marriage? Mom, I'm not even 16 and I know this is illegal, so if you all don't want to end up in prison, please leave." After they left, my stepmom went crazy.
Have you lost your mind? How long do you want to stick with us? The foster care paid very little this time, and your dad is spending everything for you from his pocket. Gosh, you really suck.
She then blocked Google so I wouldn't email my dad, but I used FireGuard VPN and unblocked Google and Gmail. I decided I couldn't stay here anymore. I wrote an email to Dad telling him everything and left home that night with the address he gave me. And man, LA was like a whole other planet. Everything was so different. The people, their speech, food, everything. And my real mom was an actress, big shot celebrity. And I had no idea about that. When her guards introduced me with the adoption papers, she was shocked. But the next second, she hugged and kissed me like she loved me so freaking much.
"Oh, Oliviana, my baby."
It's Olive, Mom. You would have known if you cared.
"It's not Mom. Oliviana, call me Sandy, just like my fans do. And trust me, baby, I gave you up only for your good. But I'm sorry, okay?"
I couldn't take it all in one go, but life there did seem nice. Mom gave me more than enough of everything. She appointed 3 maids personally for me, and my food came from different 5-star hotels every day. She also put me in the best school in LA, and I was getting a royal treatment there right from day one. All the kids were trying to be friends with me.
Hey, Olive, I'm the cheerleading team captain. You can have the seat next to me.
Hi, can I show you from the school? I'm pretty much the popular guy here.
Well, I soon knew it wasn't for me, but my Rolls Royce and my mom's money, but I loved it anyway. However, I found the school totally weird. All girls had boyfriends and nobody punished them for it. I even saw some girls and boys kissing in the hallway. It took me some time to adjust, but slowly I started to feel lonely inside. Mom was always busy with work, and she barely had time for me, so I decided to make it up with cooking. Yes, I started taking cooking lessons, and it was so much fun. Once I saw Mom saying in a TV interview that she loved shrimp salad, so I learned the recipe from YouTube and made it for her. I was so excited for her to taste it, but she acted so weird.
"Darling, what's this? Is that thing moving? Gross."
But you said shrimps were your favorite in the interview last night?
"I did. Oh, then it's a lie. Don't take my words seriously, sweetie."
She left without even touching the food that I cooked for her. I felt so bad. The next day at school, I was surrounded by so many boys wanting to take me out on a date. Gosh, I really wish I could disappear for some time. Just then, a boy named Elon came to me and said,
Hey, you're Olive, right? The principal is calling for you right now.
I went to the principal's office, but just as I was about to enter, Elon stopped me.
Well, she didn't call for you. I just saw your sullen face when those kids were pestering you. So I just lied to help you escape. Don't be mad, all right?
Oh my, why would I be mad? He was so charming and his dreamy eyes. I could feel butterflies in my stomach. Afterwards, we had lunch together, and he seemed so different from the others who were constantly trying to flirt with me. In no time, we became quite close, and he was literally the best person I have ever met. Then one day, I took him home with me. But for the first time, Mom was at home and sitting in the drawing room. Sandy, what are you doing here?
"What am I doing here? This is my home, sweetie."
OMG, that's your mom? I can't believe it. I'm a crazy fan of yours. Ma'am, can I have your autograph?
"Oh, please call me Sandy."
What did he just say? He was a crazy fan. And why was Mom acting like that? Stardom sucks, but whatever. I left the two of them alone and went to grab something to eat, but when I returned, I saw Mom hugging him.
"Oh dear, I wish I had a son like you."
What, wasn't I enough? She kept chatting and laughing with him for hours while I just fell asleep on the sofa. And when I woke up, the weirdest thing happened. The maid told me that both of them went out for dinner without me. What in the world was going on? The next day at school, I was looking for Elon when I heard some strange giggles and talks behind my back.
Oh, Olive, I can't believe your mom is dating Elon. Is he going to be your dad now?
Shut up, what's wrong with you? Elon's about to be my boyfriend, so stop spreading lies.
Seriously, you didn't see the newspaper today? Or Facebook or Instagram? Their lovey-dovey pics are viral everywhere.
What was happening? I immediately grabbed my phone and saw the breaking news on every social media page. Hot young actress dates a schoolboy. OMG. I nearly fainted. I thought Mom would be so upset, so I rushed home. But to my shock, she behaved like nothing had happened.
"Oh, this is very normal for a famous celebrity like me, honey. And this kind of publicity is good for my career. But don't you worry. I heard the boy has no parents and is living in a shelter and I'm adopting him next week. Then you'll see how everything changes."
What? You're adopting Elon? You can't do that. I was just going to ask him on a date. And you want him to be my brother now? No way, Sandy. Mom just smiled and walked away. What on earth was she thinking? The next morning, she came to my room and talked as if nothing happened yesterday.
Oliviana, today is the last day of my shoot for this movie. I knew you wanted to see my world. Come on, honey.
She was absolutely really crazy. But I met so many stars whom I've only seen on TV, and it was just awesome. Then someone asked Mom if I was her daughter, and she said,
Daughter, are you freaking mad? Look at my body. So stunning. I would never spoil my youth and my career by having a child. She's just my maid's daughter, and since I have such a huge heart, I decided to adopt her.
Gosh, what kind of mom was she? I didn't talk to her all the way back home, but worse, she didn't even try to apologize to me and kept on giving excuses.
Darling, this is how my life is. I can't survive in this field for long if everyone knows I'm getting old and I have a child, so…
Enough, Sandy. God, how can you be so untrue every minute? You've never been genuine to me, and I completely hate this life in you. The next day, I went to school and asked Elon if he knew about the adoption thing, and to my worst nightmare, he just hugged me and said,
Hi, sis. How are you doing?
What did you just call me, sis? Weren't we kind of together?
You're so funny, sis. I'm so glad I'll be having a famous mom and a wonderful sister like you.
He was such a jerk. I gave him a tight slap on the face and went back to my class. But even there, the kids gathered around me asking for Mom's latest movie premiere tickets. Gosh, everyone here was so freaking crazy. I couldn't handle it anymore and went straight home. I packed my bags, and as I was leaving the house, Mom called out to me.
Oh, honey, be back home by 7 o'clock. We'll be going to Elon's home today to sign the adoption papers. All the media will be there.
She was such a selfish person until the very end. Of course. It hurts so much to think that I've never had a true loving mom in spite of having two. Afterwards, I found myself a shelter home and emailed Dad telling him how much I missed him. Thankfully, he replied and said he was coming to see me soon. Meanwhile, I registered for MasterChef USA, and for the final round, I made the signature dish, the Beef Wellington by Chef Gordon Ramsay. And luckily, I won. Yes, with the grand title and the prize money. I opened my own restaurant in LA, and Dad was my first customer. Before ending the story, I want to remind you that walking alone at night is very dangerous. Your safety comes first.
Come on, Axel. We're gonna be late.
Lena, she's my girlfriend, and she convinced me to start over this time for us. I wasn't about to fall apart so easily. Hey, I'm Axel 18. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Welcome back, Bae.
It was just a small university, nothing too flashy. I kiss Alina goodbye when she pecked me on the cheek, but honestly, that didn't calm my nerves one bit. Standing beside the teacher, I froze. Almost everyone was girls, and their eyes were locked on me like I was some rare exhibit.
There's an empty seat next to me. Let him sit here.
No, he should sit by me.
The room got so loud the teacher had to shout, "Geez Louise." I felt like some alien landing in the wrong class.
Hey, John, sit here, Mom.
One of the few guys spoke up, and I wasted no time heading over.
I'm Michael, class president. If the girls give you trouble, just let me know.
Thanks, man. That's when I caught a sharp glare from the corner.
Ignore him. Frank's always difficult. Ignore him. Frank's always difficult.
The first lecture wasn't much, except I immediately reclaimed my spot as top of the class. A few girls kept staring, their faces red, as they whispered,
"Looks like they're into you. Smart and good looking."
Michael seemed like a nice guy, admiring my knowledge and hinting we should team up later, but after what I'd been through, trusting people didn't come easy.
Hi, I'm Remy. Nice to meet you.
A tiny girl with bright purple braids and the sunniest smile popped in front of me. Out of politeness, I shook her hand. Pleasure. From then on, Remy started following me everywhere. Even at lunch with Lena, she showed up.
Axel, there you are.
I tensed up. While Lena hadn't even lifted her fork yet, Remy slid into the seat beside me.
What a coincidence. We're obviously soulmates.
Everyone's here for lunch, and this is kind of our spot. I glanced at Lena. Her smile was sharp enough to cut glass. She was definitely jealous.
Oh, hey. You must be?
This is Lena, my…
His girlfriend. I'm his girlfriend.
Every word hit like a hammer, but Remy just smiled, unbothered. Sparks practically flew between them. Before I could jump in, Remy lowered her voice first.
Axel always talks about you. He's super loyal.
Good.
I swallowed hard while Remy kept chatting about class, her dog, and how every girl in the room was crushing on me. Lena just glared at me, totally giving me the silent treatment vibe.
Fine then. As long as you two aren't married, I'll keep chasing Axel.
Boom. She dropped that bomb and walked off, leaving Lena about ready to explode. Never in my life did I think I'd end up in a mess this brutal. And still it wasn't over. At the classroom door, Frank blocked my way, girls clustering behind him.
So is it true that you cheated at your old school?
I froze as whispers spread through the room. The same girls who admired me seconds ago were now eyeing me with suspicion. Lena tried stepping forward, but I stopped her. Don't. I'll prove myself. I threw myself into the monthly exam. 15 minutes. I crushed that first test and I knew every answer was right. I glanced at Frank, who met my eyes with a challenge. I smirked. Whoa, I tripped in front of everyone. A few girls giggled. Geez. I scrambled to pick up my test and headed it in.
Oh my gosh.
His jaw dropped. My paper was covered in random doodles. Someone had sabotaged me. But
Okay. It was me. My bad. I swapped his test. Thought it'd be funny. Kinda hilarious, right?
Then the professor cleared his throat.
Both of you. Detention. Cleaning duty. After class.
After class, I told Lena I had group work and that she should head home first. You know the truth. I was dragging a heavy mop bucket down the hall, with Remy whistling right beside me. I know you didn't do it, so why take the blame?
Relax, Mr. Serious. I just wanted detention with you. Kind of fun, isn't it?
You're not avoiding me like the others. After what happened in my past.
Who cares? I don't waste time on what people think.
We kept talking and realized we actually had a lot in common. Maybe we could be good friends. By the time we finished, suddenly, Remy slipped and bumped into me. Reflexively, I caught her.
You look even cooler up close.
I shook my head and helped Remy up, knowing full well, my girlfriend wouldn't be too happy about it. Then I froze. Lena was standing there. I had no idea how long she'd been watching, and she looked completely turned to stone.
It was late and you weren't home, so I came back. Guess I shouldn't have.
I wanted to run after her, but...
Oh, I'll cover for you. Yeah, I want to steal you, but I'm not that evil.
Thanks. But Lena ignored my calls all night. I knew I'd messed up big time. The next morning at recess, just as I was about to find her, a basketball flew my way.
Come on, Axel. Just one quick game.
Frank stood nearby, still glaring, like he'd been since day one. Maybe today we'd settle it. Within minutes, girls from class crowded the court, cheering.
Show us what you've got, top of the class.
I executed the move skillfully, and then easily threw it into the net. The crowd went wild. Frank went full try-hard mode, and nailed the three-pointer like it was nothing. Then Michael charged at me, rushing to grab the ball. I fell to the ground. Michael and Remy rushed to help me out.
Sorry, man. Guess I got carried away.
Frank just glanced once and walked off, cold as ever. I barely finished the test with my aching hand. Later, Michael and Frank came up to me.
Axel, next month's science fair, judges' trophies, scholarships. You should join our team with your brain. We've got this in the bag.
Thanks, but I'm not sure.
We're not asking you to babysit. Do you actually want to prove yourself or not?
Thought of Lena. Her eyes used to shine whenever I talked about winning, about being the best. Maybe this could fix things between us. Fine, count me in. At lunch, I spotted my girlfriend sitting alone. I tried acting like things were normal. Hey, I signed up for the science fair next month. I'll win that trophy. For you. I swore it worked because her lips almost curved into a smile.
Axel, you forgot your notebook. Michael wants to see you. Don't waste time sitting around. Oh, hi, Lena.
And just like that, the air froze.
If you're that busy, don't waste your time here.
Lena, please.
How can you act like nothing happened? You lied to me that night, and I know what I saw.
It's not what you think. I just...
Stop. I need time space. Maybe when things settle, I'll know if we should keep going or not.
She pulled away, leaving me stunned. It felt like the floor had dropped under my feet.
The science fair isn't just about winning. It's your chance to show everyone who you really are. Lena will see that, too.
After all the encouragement, I finally buried myself in research. I stayed in the library late into the night, hunched over blueprints. My head felt fried. My chest is heavier than ever, but at least I was doing what I was good at.
How's it going, buddy?
She appeared with a fresh coffee. You don't need to hover over me all the time.
I just want to help.
I can handle it. Thanks, but no.
Fine. Just call me if you ever need me.
I felt awful. Michael's encouragement, Remy's kindness, I should have been grateful, but without Lena, all I felt was empty. The science fair finally arrived. The university campus buzzed with voices and laughter. I stood backstage, breathing deep, trying to calm the storm in my chest. And then I saw her. Lena, sitting there in the crowd. After everything, she still came for me. Our team was called. On stage, Michael's, Frank's models got solid praise. But when I flipped the switch on mine, nothing. The circuit stayed dead. No way. Everyone's eyes locked on me. My hand started shaking, and suddenly, the ghost of my past was right there again.
I believe in you.
She had moved right up to the stage. Then Frank handed me a screwdriver.
Do what you do best.
I grabbed it, tore into the wiring, reconnected the circuit, rebuilt the heart of the machine in front of the judges. When I hit the switch again, the model came to life. There was cheering all around. Even the judges leaned in, impressed. After the contest, I caught Frank backstage. Hey, thanks for not letting me give up out there. Before he could answer, Michael walked in, smiling that picture-perfect smile.
It was you, wasn't it, Mike? You sabotaged his project like you did mine.
Ooh, careful, Frank. That's a serious accusation.
Not an accusation. The truth. You wanted Axel to fail so you could look like the hero, but turns out he's just too good. Drop the fake act and stop hating people who outshine you.
Michael didn't say a word, his jaw clenched, eyes flashing with anger. That's when I realized the friendly class president was toxic, and the cold guy I thought hated me had my back. Only after Michael stormed off did Frank finally crack a smile.
You crushed it today, bro.
So did you.
Axel, you did it. First place.
She burst in, eyes glowing, smile brighter than any trophy. She threw her arms around me, and I buried my face in her shoulder. The weight of weeks of doubt finally lifted. Remy came in too, offering a small smile of congratulations.
Guess who just gave up on chasing her crush? Need a tissue, Remy?
Who says I'm gonna cry?
She stomped out, cheeks puffed, and Frank jogged after her. And me. I was on cloud 9, because starting over didn't mean standing at the top alone. It meant finding the people who'd stand there with me.
Hello, I'm Lelia, and I have the scariest story to tell you. But first, please like and subscribe. I was adopted by my grandmother when I was 8 years old. She always had the best stories and baked fresh chocolate chip cookies every day. She loved me dearly, and life went on until one day she went out, was hit by a passing car, and died on the spot. She left me with an endless sadness. Sometime later, I was sent to live with my wealthy uncle. He was a businessman, and with him, I had quite a good time. But shortly after that, my uncle's business began to have problems. He went bankrupt and then lost his home. So I was moved to my aunt's house. She was great and even had a very cute cat. The three of us were happy together. Well, until the cat was also hit by a car and didn't make it. After facing 2 consecutive shocks, my aunt fell ill, then fled to Paris to heal her broken heart, leaving me without any relatives. I ended up in an orphanage. It wasn't too bad there, but I couldn't even make friends with anyone. But then, they all got adopted, and I was the only one left behind.
Don't be disheartened, Lelia. I'm sure there's a perfectly good family waiting for you out there.
With my luck, I really doubt it.
I'd believed that I was just an unlucky person, destined to be lonely. And as time went by, my hope of finding a family also faded away. But then, a week after my 18th birthday, something unexpected happened. The warden called me into the office and told me that a family wanted to adopt me, and that I had to go to their house that very night. I found it strange because the family hadn't even met me. But the warden said they had reviewed my profile and made their decision. As I packed my things to leave, my heart filled with joy at the thought of having a family of my own. But when I arrived at the provided address, my heart sank. It hurt. It was a rundown inn located next to a cemetery. The gates were tall and rusty, the windows large and cracked, and the walls covered in mold. The place looked absolutely terrifying. Just then, the front door creaked open, and a woman stepped out, looking like she was dressed up for a Halloween party.
Hello. You must be Lillian. I'm Mrs. Edwards. I'm sorry we couldn't come to pick you up. My husband and I had a little emergency.
That's okay, it wasn't.
Shh. Do you smell that? Looks like it's going to rain any second. Why don't you get your stuff inside and I'll show you around? Oh, did I say how happy I am to see you? I would smile, but I have this condition where my face muscles don't flex the same way anymore. Come now.
Ms. Edwards led me inside the house just seconds before the sky opened up and rain poured down heavily. She gave me a tour of the inn, and the inside was just as creepy as the outside. Then we went into the living room, where I met her husband, who looked just as strange as she did. And then, just as I was about to sit down at the dining table, a girl suddenly appeared out of nowhere and pushed me aside.
You can't sit here, you ugly toad!
Why not? It's empty.
Don't talk back to me! My house! My rules!
Ivy, can you please calm down? Ilya, why don't you sit next to me, dear? Now, Ivy, greet your sister nicely. We must make her feel welcome.
She is not welcome, and she is not my sister!
Ivy was extremely angry and ran back to her room, slamming the door shut. Mrs. Edwards could only sigh, and Mr. Edwards just shook his head apologetically. After that, she led me to my room, which had a view of the cursed cemetery. I was terrified. I couldn't sleep at all. Eventually, I got up to get a glass of water. But I still saw Ivy and her parents in the living room. I stopped and listened to their conversation.
What's the matter with you? Lelia must have felt so bad and unwelcome.
And how do you think I feel about this stranger living in my house?
We thought it would be nice for you to have some company.
I told you 100 times, I don't need company. I just want her gone.
I left there feeling sad. I still couldn't escape my unlucky fate. No matter where I went, I wasn't welcomed. The next morning, I was quite ready to return to the orphanage, but instead, Mrs. Edwards told me she would enroll me in Ivy's school. I thought I would take this opportunity to connect with her, but she was as cold as ice. Even at school, I noticed that she hardly spoke to anyone and sat alone in a corner. It felt like everyone avoided Ivy, but everyone was very nice to me, especially Jean, the class beauty. I told her about being adopted by the Edwards family, and she was so shocked she froze in place.
You're living with those whack jobs. The Edwards owned all the towns, major motels. But then guests started vanishing mysteriously. Their motels closed and they left town for a couple of years and just recently came back. Rumor has it that Mrs. Edwards practiced witchcraft and sacrificed those missing guests for some ritual.
That sounds completely ridiculous. And Mrs. Edwards seems like a perfectly nice woman.
Maybe they're just rumors, but it's not hard to see that the Edwards are an odd bunch. Just be careful.
I couldn't deny the truth. They were quite strange. First of all, I didn't know what Mr. Edwards did for a living, and he seemed to never leave the house. Mrs. Edwards only went out at night to shop or run errands. When I asked why, she excused it by saying she hated crowds, and I guessed she wanted to avoid people because the Edwards family wasn't well liked in town. I wondered why they moved back here. And there was a room in the west wing of the inn that always had a big lock on it. Once, Mrs. Edwards caught me looking at it curiously, and she told me it was off limits. One night, while I was studying late in my room, I heard someone whispering outside. A few seconds later, I looked out and saw Mrs. Edwards and Ivy walking down the hallway, and I couldn't stop myself from following them. They went up a narrow spiral staircase to the rooftop, and as I watched them from a safe distance, they held hands and closed their eyes. A few minutes later, Mrs. Edwards took out a large flashlight from the bag she was carrying, and they started flashing it in a strange pattern. A cold wind blew by, making their nightgowns flutter in the breeze, and I couldn't help but think they looked like witches. When they were done, Mrs. Edwards put the flashlight down, and the two of them hugged tightly and cried.
Do you think our message went through, Mom?
I'm sure it did, honey. I left quietly before they could spot me.
I quietly left before they could notice me. It was clear they wanted to keep this a secret, but who could they be sending messages to? What if they were summoning spirits? Was living next to the dead not bad enough? The next day at school, while I was walking into the cafeteria with Jean, I saw a group of girls surrounding Ivy and throwing food at her. I wanted to run over and help her, but Jean stopped me, and then Ivy ran away from there. I followed her to the bathroom and heard her crying inside.
Ivy, I saw what happened, and you don't have to put up with this. Come with me. Well, report it to the principal.
She rushed at me with red, teary eyes.
Why do you care? It's not like you don't think I'm a weirdo just like everyone else. I'm sure you've heard all the rumors about our family. Maybe we are weird and maybe I am crazy, and that's why I'm all alone and always will be.
No, you won't. I'll be there for you if you let me. I don't care about any rumors, and I don't believe them. I like you guys, and who cares if you're a bit weird?
Ivy looked surprised, then came over and hugged me. We reported the bullies to the principal, and after that day, she started being friendlier to me, and she was really fun to be around. We went to the mall together, shopped, and went camping together. Then one day, Mrs. Edwards took us to see her favorite horror movie, and I had a great time.
Oh my God. The way you jumped out of your seat and sent popcorn flying everywhere was hilarious.
I almost peed my pants.
And dropped soda all over me. But who's counting?
Yeah, sorry about that. Mrs. Edwards.
Just call me Mom. Mom winked at me.
It had been a long time since I felt like I had a real family. A strange family for sure, but I had a place to call home, and I was truly happy. Soon after, I even started inviting Ivy to hang out with me and Jean. And although Jean was uncomfortable being around her...
Here, I baked my very famous choco chip cookies. Why don't you try one?
Oh, sure. This is so nice. I'm gonna go and enjoy this outside while watching the flowers.
Jean got scared and left. I followed her and saw her spit out the cookie in her mouth and throw the rest into the trash.
Why did you just do that?
What if they are poisoned or have a curse on them?
Seriously?
I'm sure she wants to turn me into a toad. She keeps looking at me like she's about to break into a spell.
You sound so absurd right now. I live with her, Jean, and she's not a witch. I know she's unusual, but can you just give her a chance?
Jean was reluctant, but she eventually invited Ivy to her birthday party. The whole class was there, and we were having a great time until we heard someone scream.
My diamond necklace, it's gone. Has anyone seen it?
She continued searching the ground frantically before spotting Ivy.
You stole it, didn't you?
What? How would I?
I don't know what trick or spell you used. I just know it's you.
Let her go! She didn't steal anything. I was with her the whole time. Jean, tell her!
But Jean just stood silently like a rock.
You're so spineless. We are leaving this party.
Lelia, wait!
No, Jean. I know you don't like Ivy, but this is way too insulting.
I took Ivy's hand, and we left. As soon as we got home, Ivy ran to her room crying, and I decided to give her some space. But that night, I went to check on her and found her bed empty. I looked everywhere and then went to the hallway with the locked room. But tonight, it wasn't locked. Feeling really curious, I tiptoed closer and gently pushed the door open to see a very feminine room in perfect condition, with Ivy sitting on the bed and a pile of things beside her.
Phone, jewelry, watches. Ivy? What's all this?
Ivy looked up at me furiously and started stuffing them all into a bag.
You have no business being here. Get out!
Not till you explain why you have a stash of things that clearly don't belong to you. A bunch of kids and teachers have been reporting things going missing from their lockers. You took them?
Shut up and go away!
I just offended you and walked out of a party because someone accused you of theft. Why would you do something so awkward?
You don't really know me or anything about my life. So don't judge me. And I said, get out!
Ivy went mad and lunged at me, hitting me. Hearing the noise, Mr. and Mrs. Edwards rushed over and pulled her away. When I told them about the stolen items, they looked horrified. They told me they would return everything to the school and then went into Ivy's room, closing the door behind them, leaving me standing there. But I tiptoed closer to Ivy's closed door and pressed my ear against it.
I know it was wrong, but I had to do something. What if Lelia reports me to the police?
Honey, also, I'll talk to the warden and see what we can do.
A warden? Like the warden at my orphanage? Oh no, they're going to send me back. Is my bad luck still haunting me? I don't want to go back there. Definitely not. So, I packed my things and ran away. I kept walking, and in a daze, a big car hit me straight on. I fell back and my head hit the ground hard. I saw my grandmother and the little kitten. Maybe I was dead. And then, I faded into darkness. When I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital, surrounded by Mrs. Edwards and Ivy.
What happened? Why am I here?
Oh, thank God you're awake. You hit your head and fell into a coma, Lily. It took us days to find you. What were you thinking, running away like that?
I heard you and Ivy the night I left, and you said that you were gonna talk to the warden. I didn't want to go back to the orphanage, so I ran away before you could send me.
What? We weren't talking about the orphanage. Mom was saying she talked to the jail warden about arranging a visit. I guess I should start from the beginning.
It turned out that Ivy had a brother named James, who was 8 years older than me and currently in prison.
James got involved with a bad group of friends in college and eventually got caught in a major drug trafficking case. He was sentenced to life in prison, and he was transferred to a prison here, right across from the cemetery. So we moved back here.
And the rumors about the guests disappearing?
Just our competitors' tricks to give us a bad reputation.
And those stolen things?
We stole them because I wanted to save up to get some really good lawyers. Those who can help him may be granted leniency. Mom and Dad didn't have any money.
Also, some time ago, I saw you two on the rooftop flashing some lights.
We were sending James a birthday message using Morse code. He can see the lights from her prison window.
Why didn't any of you tell me all this?
I just hadn't felt ready to share it. I was getting there, though. You're the first person I've gotten close to since James. And even though I stole that stuff from school, I swear I didn't steal that girl's diamond necklace at the party.
We should have been honest with you, Lelia. But we get judged a lot already. And I understand if you don't want to live with us anymore. We can help you look for a better family.
No, I'm not going anywhere. I like my weird, secretive family, as long as I'm in on all the secrets, too. Hey, it's Juniper the Rhyming Whiz! Ever since I was a kid, I've loved poems. It all started with my amazing grandma and her incredible library. People would line up just to catch a glimpse. But when I turned 13, something really bad happened. My grandma left us, and because of a big business loss, my parents had to close down the library she loved so much. It was heartbreaking to see her special books being sold off. I felt so stuck, sad, and lost without her in the library. Life went on, but one day, I spotted a real gem. My grandma's Coletta's edition book of Emily Dickinson's poems. I knew I had to get it to honor her memory.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Mom, Dad, I need to have this, please!
It's pretty expensive. I know you want this because it once belonged to your grandma, but honey, we can't afford this, and you're just 16. Do something fun, like some TikTok dances. Isn't poetry like watching grass grow?
I knew Mom and Dad would never my love for poetry, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. I took every job I could, from mowing lawns like a boss to delivering newspapers. I was working hard. One day, while I was sweating like crazy, Mrs. Peterson, our neighbor, approached me with an offer I just couldn't refuse, to babysit her toddler son, Tim. But I was a bit unsure. While Tim was as cute as a button, his older brother Jim was a handful. We were in the same class, and that dude had a special talent for getting into sticky situations with his failed magic tricks. But beg can't be choosers, so I accepted the job. So there I was, babysitting like a pro, changing Tim's diapers and trying to keep Jim out of trouble. And one day, Jim called for help, all tangled up in chains while attempting a magic trick. I helped him out of the tangled mess, all the while laughing my heart out.
You really need to be careful with your magic, Mr. Magician.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But you know, it's all part of the magic charm. How about being my assistant? Every magician needs one.
One day in the library, I was reading a poem, and Jim looked over.
What's so fast about those words?
Poetry is like a secret language of feelings and thoughts. It's like life in a nutshell, bro. You should try it.
And he did. For the first time, I had a friend who showed interest in poetry, and I appreciated it. One day, Jim and I were hanging out at the basketball alley, and he went to get me some water right. Then something totally unexpected happened. Aaron, of all people, came over to me. I'm not gonna lie, my heart was literally racing with excitement, but what he said next shocked me.
What are you doing here with Jim the Dem? Shouldn't you be with someone like me?
Did he really have to? No way! I was gonna just stand there and listen to him diss my bestie.
Hey, don't call my friend that.
Just look, he's so dumb, he couldn't even figure out how to get water without making a total fool of himself. What an idiot.
Whatever. At least he's not a jerk like you. Off, Aaron.
Once Jim finally returned with a water bottle, he could tell something was up just by looking at my face.
Hey, what's going on here? Is he bothering you?
Back off, loser. Can't you see we're having a little chat here?
She is my friend, if you're both. Sir, you're bothering me too.
That's right. We're a team. So just back off and let us enjoy.
Aaron's face turned redder than a chili pepper at a hot sauce convention as he walked away, and I realized he's definitely not the guy I thought he was. I mean, sure, he's hot, but I should have known better. The dude's got a black belt in meanness. Lesson learned. Next time, check for both hotness and kindness before developing a crush. But the next day at school, when I saw Jim, I was stunned. He had a black eye.
What the? What? Who did this?
It's nothing. I fell from.
Don't you dare give me that. Fell from the stairs. Spill the beans. What happened?
I got into a fight with Aaron.
He did that. Oh, I am so gonna teach that jerk a lesson.
Saying that, I ran to the parking lot where I knew Aaron always hung out with his goonies. And the moment I saw him, I threw a punch at him that left him stunned.
You'll regret this, Juniper. I'll make you pay.
How? By hitting a girl? You're worse than I thought you were, Aaron.
Back off, Jim. It's between Juniper and me now. So, Junie, you think you're tough?
Yes, she is. Want to see how tough she is? Let's settle this with a rap battle. Yeah, I know you've been preparing for it. So, Aaron, are you up for the challenge? 'Cause Juniper destroyed you here, and she's going to destroy you there too.
Bet I will. I'm not afraid of you, Aaron.
We'll see about that. But just so you know, if I win, you'll have to go on a date with me.
No way.
Oh, you will. And if I lose, I promise I'll apologize to Jim in front of the entire school. Fair deal, right?
Bring it on.
As Aaron walked away with his friends, reality hit me hard. I had just agreed to a rap battle with Aaron, and if I lost, I'd have to go on a date with him. While I would have been thrilled about the idea before, now that I knew Aaron was a jerk, I had zero interest.
Jim, I don't know if I can do this.
Juniper, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But think about it. The cash prize is a whopping $5,000. We can split it. You can finally get those poetry books you've been dreaming of. And, well, I can. Perhaps get that PlayStation 5. My mom's been denying forever.
His words sparked a glimmer of hope within me. Maybe, just maybe, I could pull this off.
All right, let's do this.
And so we went all in writing and rehearsing like crazy. Aaron and his crew seemed just as determined, and we saw them often practicing at the nearby park every day after school. One rainy afternoon as I was on my way home, I was about to slip in a puddle, but Aaron caught me just in time.
Careful there.
I didn't need you to rescue me.
Even though I didn't want to, we both ended up finding shelter. Shelter under a small roof. And there I felt a bit uneasy. It was a tight space and we had to stand close, making the situation all the more awkward.
I never thought I'd be stuck in the rain with my archenemy's BFF.
I don't know why you think he's your enemy. Jim's an amazing guy. It's you who's a grump all the time.
Just like everyone else. You also probably think I'm just a jerk. Duh. You think you've got it all figured out, huh?
Well, I've got it figured out. That tough guy act you put on, it's to keep others away. You know, you don't have to be a meanie all the time.
Whatever. It's just that things at home aren't good. Everything feels like a mess.
Well, everyone has problems, Aaron. I guess it's time you realize that, and perhaps show people the goodness in you.
You're weird, you know that?
Takes one to know one, I guess. As Aaron and I kept talking, I realized he wasn't so bad after all.
Once the rain finally eased up, we both went our separate ways. But I couldn't help but feel a newfound understanding for Aaron. As the days passed, I saw a new side of Aaron, and it amazed me. One time I spotted him helping a stray dog find its way home, and another time even shared his lunch money with a classmate in need. One day, I noticed Aaron leaving school in a hurry, forgetting his phone. I chased after him on my bicycle and found him at a hospital, sitting in a room and crying.
Hey, Aaron.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? You left your phone at school. Is everything okay? You seem upset.
It's none of your business. This is my mom. She's been in a coma for a long time. I come here every day to see her.
Oh my God. I had no idea. I hope things get better for you.
Yeah, thanks.
From that day on, I saw Aaron in a totally new. And when I told Jim about how Aaron's mom was sick without revealing the part that I spoke to him, he just rolled his eyes.
That guy's a phony. Don't believe everything you hear, Juniper.
Jim hated Aaron, but I guess I had started to have feelings for him. One day at lunchtime, when Jim wasn't around, Aaron approached me.
Hey, Juniper, want to catch a movie together? Barbie's playing. I heard it's hilarious.
Sure, why not? But just as friends, right? But Barbie, are you sure?
Absolutely. I know you'll love it. If you love it, I'm sure I'll love it. I'm talking too much. See ya.
Day of the movie arrived, and I had come up with a plan to watch Barbie with Aaron without Jim knowing. I told Jim I was feeling sick and needed to rest, which wasn't entirely a lie, because I felt butterflies in my stomach at the thought of spending time with Aaron at the cinema. Aaron and I laughed our hearts out at the silly scenes in Barbie. It was so fun, but as we left the cinema, I was in for a surprise. Jim was standing there looking heartbroken and hurt.
Juniper, who lied to me? I thought we were supposed to be best friends. And here you are with Aaron, of all people.
It's not what you think, Jim. Aaron is a really nice guy.
Juniper, please. This guy, he's a snake.
Hey, dude, I'm standing right here. You better shut that mouth.
You shut up and stay away from Juniper.
Before I knew it, Jim threw a punch at Aaron and knocked him on the ground. I was shocked.
Are you crazy? Jim, what's gotten into you? You hurt him badly.
What? Junibert, you're my friend. You're supposed to be on my side.
Jim, I'll be friends with whoever I want. I can't stay around you. It's like I don't even know who you are.
I then helped Aaron up and walked him home. He could have pressed charges against Jim, but he didn't, which was very kind of him. In the days that followed, Jim tried to contact me many times, but I wasn't ready to talk to him yet. It felt like everything was spinning out of control, and I needed some time to sort out my feelings. So on the day of the rap battle, instead of participating, I messaged Jim that I wouldn't be joining. All he replied with was a simple okay. Feeling torn and anxious, I decided to at least visit the rap battle to see Aaron perform and support him. But what I saw there left me shook. Jim was trying his best, but Aaron, he was killing it, and not in a good way.
Hey, Jimbo, you lost your friend. Now you're on your own. My tricks played well. She fell for my lies. What a surprise to the cinema took her. She didn't know baked about my mom. Perfect, sorrowful show. She thought I'd change, but it was just a facade. Remember that. Call I tipped you off so odd to gain her sympathy. I took a punch so tough now she's on my hook. My power to show it's enough.
My emotions went wild as I heard Aaron's hurtful words. Seeing Jim's pained expression, it hit me hard. He was right about Aaron's tricks. It all clicked. He had done the whole nice guy act to distract me from the rap battle. She messed with the wrong girl. Without even thinking, I jumped on the stage next to Jim.
Jim, my buddy, you know I got your back through thick and thin. We never lack fake friends leave, but we stand tall, bonds unbreakable, never gonna fall. They're just haters, but we're the real deal, and that's all. As for you, Aaron, you're a fake, always playing games. Lies, manipulation, it's all the same. Emily Dickinson said, tell the truth, but till it's land, but your lies won't fool me. They won't enchant with Jim. I stand firm, your tricks won't grant.
Hearing this, Jim jumped up and down and hugged me tight.
I knew you'd come.
I had to. Now, come on, let's win this thing.
Jim and I were doing amazing. We were spitting verses in the mic like we were on fire. In the end, it was us against Aaron and his gang, and I decided to bring my A game and finish him once and for all. But before I could speak, Jim took the mic and left me totally blown.
You call my friend naive, but let me retort. She's like a rainbow shining bright, never short like twinkle, twinkle. Little star she'll reach for the sky while you're stuck in the dark, telling lie after lie. Life's a journey, not a devious scheme in the little engine that could she follows her dream. Rise and shine while you're left in the dark with no true friends, no real spark.
The rap battle ended. Jim dropped the mic, leaving Aaron speechless.
Oh my god, how did you do that?
Learn from you, Juniper.
In the end, we totally nailed it and won the cash prize. As Aaron tried to get off the stage, I quickly called out his name.
Hey Aaron, remember the deal. Apologize to Jim in front of everyone. Come on, yeah, come back on stage.
Aaron's face turned red as a tomato. And like a kid who was punished, he took the mic and apologized to Jim. Now that was a mic drop. Once we left the venue, Jim took me straight to the bookshop where my grandma's book was.
Get that poetry book you've always wanted.
But it's not just my money. We both won. You get part 2.
No, I wanted to win just for you, Juniper.
Oh my god, you're the best friend ever. Jim?
Remember, true friends got your back. No matter what fake people and lies can't break. Make real friendship. Trust your buddies.
Hi, my name is Charlotte. Please like and subscribe. I was born in Bordeaux, a beautiful city in France. When I was 8 years old, we moved to the USA because my dad got a great job there. The city we moved to was huge, filled with skyscrapers, shops, and opportunities, for so I was told. However, it didn't take long for things to start going downhill. When I began attending school there, my parents enrolled me in a private school for international students.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlotte, I'm 8 years old and I come from France. I brought some madeleines that my mom made for everyone today.
Hi, Charlotte! I'm Laura, from Italy. Do you want to hang out later today?
Laura and I became very close. We would often take the same bus home, do our homework together, and even attend drawing classes together. Even though Laura didn't speak any French, being with her reminded me a lot of home. I was shy and liked to keep things to myself, while Laura was fun and a bit wild, someone my mom wouldn't think was classy. Mom really didn't like Laura. She kept trying to make me hang out with kids from rich families that I didn't like, but I ended up making friends with 2 girls just so Mom would stop nagging me. One evening, I forgot to tell Mom I invited Laura over for dinner. Mom was really mean to Laura when she came.
Charlotte mentioned your mom is a saleswoman. Do you guys even eat dinner every night, or is it too expensive at least?
Why would you say something like that?
Hey, it's okay, Uncle. No, we don't always have big dinners, but what we do have is each other. What's the point of a fancy dinner if the family isn't close?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Did I upset you? I thought your family was okay.
I think you should go.
Mom! Why?
She's not going anywhere.
She leaves now, or you'll be sorry.
Awkward silence fell, which Laura broke.
Don't worry. I'll go. Seems like I just got my answer about the kind of family this is.
Leave now!
And with that, Laura left. I was really upset with Mom, but she didn't seem to care. Laura told me not to let it bother me.
You already have it tough with a mom like that. I won't make it worse by leaving you alone.
I love you for being here.
One gloomy day in the 6th grade. Everything changed when my parents started to struggle financially after my dad lost his job and they had to move me to a public school.
We can't just pull her out of school. She's doing so well. What would I even say to my friends if they asked? I want her to succeed here in the USA, to make something of herself, and make me proud.
Dad slammed his hand angrily on the table and glared at Mom.
At least think clearly for once. You're not seeing the big picture. As usual, you don't seem to get that I've lost my job and we're drowning in bills. The only sensible move is to switch her to public school.
Yes, Mom was a bit of a difficult person. She was obsessed with maintaining a perfect image. Being perceived as poor was a disaster for her. Her mom was also a strict lady, obsessed with etiquette and rules. She was against my mom's marriage, although my dad was well off. But Mom stood firm and married Dad, so her parents cut her off. Now us not having much money would make my grandma right, and that made my mom even madder. She made us move to a different city so she could lie and tell her friends that Dad had received a job opportunity far away. I screamed and cried for days. I didn't want to leave our city or be away from Laura. But as usual, Mom ignored my protests. I was heartbroken.
Dad, I hate her.
Hate is a strong word. You know how your mom is. She wants things her way. Life hasn't ended, though. You'll make new friends. And about Laura, you can still talk to her on the phone, and I'll help you see her once in a while.
Thank you, Dad. You're too kind to be with someone like her, but I guess life isn't fair.
Saying goodbye to Laura was incredibly hard. And to make things worse, after we moved, I realized I forgot the notebook with Laura's number in it. It was utterly heartbroken. Even though we didn't have a lot of money, Mom kept having big parties at fancy places for her friends. We were getting more and more into debt, even though Dad asked her many times to stop the parties. One day, she even gave her friend a really expensive ring for her birthday. Dad got really upset when the bank called him.
Listen, woman, I can't take this anymore. This is your last chance, If you don't stop, we might have to split up.
And I'll want to stay with Dad.
With that, Mom left. She was gone for a couple of days. Although Dad and I were worried, we didn't try to reach her. It was time for her to act like the adult she supposedly was. When she returned, she walked into the house and started doing laundry as if nothing had happened. From that day on, she stopped seeing her friends so much and didn't waste our money anymore. I was relieved she finally came to her senses, but I could see a change in her. Her eyes had lost. Well, things at the public school weren't perfect either. At first it was okay, but things changed quickly. When I started junior year of high school, I noticed my body changing rapidly, even spotting some freckles on my face. It wasn't just my appearance that was changing. My social life was too suddenly always started looking at me differently. Girls were going out with boys, and there seemed to be more parties.
Hey, Charlotte, how about grabbing some ice cream after school? Just the two of us?
Just us? Alone?
Yeah, just us. Why were you planning on turning it into a group event?
Well, I thought maybe we could invite Jessica too.
Look, I wasn't making a guest list. You know what? Forget it. I got to go. And hey, Charlotte, or should I call you the lost little raccoon? Just because you're from France doesn't mean you're anything special here. If anything, it just shows you can't take a joke and always dampen the mood.
Before I could respond, he pressed his gum into my hair as he walked away. It was not just embarrassing, it felt like a sharp hug at my dignity. I came back home that day, wanting to tell Mom about it. She was cooking in the kitchen when I walked in.
Hi, Mom. I had a weird day at school today.
I really don't have time for your stories right now. You know, we've been living in the USA for quite a while, and you still call a lot of things weird.
I felt so angry I started crying. Our relationship wasn't that great to begin with, but now it felt ruined. If a girl doesn't find confidence in her mother, then the relationship feels distant, and each day I was growing further away from my mom. I headed to my room to put away my books when I spotted a sketchbook on my desk. It was from the drawing classes with Laura, and it had her number inside. Turns out it saved it here as well. I was ecstatic. I quickly and quietly went to the living room, wrapped my mom's phone, and dialed Laura's mom's number.
Hello, Elise. What do you want?
Hi, it's actually Charlotte here. Laura's friend from school. Do you remember me? Can I talk to Laura?
Oh, Charlotte. Yes, I remember you. One moment. Laura, your friend Charlotte is on the phone.
Wow. I've been trying to find you, but I couldn't. How are you?
Hey Laura, I'm not on social media much. I really miss talking to you. We should hang out soon. I'd love to, but my family is going to Europe this Friday.
Europe? That's so cool. I wish I could go too. You're so lucky.
Why don't you come with us? My grandparents' house is big and you can stay in the guest room.
I'd love to, but my mom would never say yes.
We don't have to tell her everything. Just say you're going on a school project abroad. She loves to brag about this stuff now.
Laura, that's smart. It's going to be so fun. We can eat lots of good food, see new places, and maybe even paint. I'd love to paint in a quiet spot away from all the noise, especially away from Mom.
In fact, I found out that the city Laura and I were visiting was hosting a big art competition during our stay, and I signed up for it. On Friday, my mother drove me to the airport with a big smile on her face. I got out of the car and walked to the airport gate when I saw Laura. She looked great and ran up to me.
Charlotte for going to Europe! It's going to be so fun!
I'm so excited. I entered a drawing contest over there too. The prize is also about $500,000. Can you come and cheer for me? It feels like a dream.
Sure! But you have to draw me and make my eyebrows look good.
I enjoyed spending time with Laura, but sometimes things felt off. It seemed like she would suddenly stop talking to her mom when I showed up, as if they were hiding something from me. One night after we had dinner, she said something strange.
You know, I was actually happy when your family started having money problems.
What? Why would you say that?
Well, your mom was a witch, and seeing her getting humiliated was so satisfying.
First of all, becoming poor has nothing to do with humiliation. Second, Mom becoming poor also means me becoming poor. I thought your love for me was bigger than your hate for her.
Oh, come on now! She's awful! Okay, let's change the subject. Want to eat some ice cream?
I suddenly don't feel like it. I think I'm calling it a night.
And with that, I stormed off. The competition day was getting close. It was going to last 2 days. The first for live painting in front of an audience, and the second for a closing ceremony where judges would announce the winners.
Do you think the judges will be fair?
I'm sure they will be. Are you excited to cheer me on?
Of course. Will you cheer for me too?
What do you mean?
I'm entering the competition too. You knew that, right?
What? No!
You think I've lost my touch? I've been taking drawing classes for the past year. I see this as a great chance.
But Laura, you never mentioned this.
I didn't think I needed to report my plans to you. Anyway, I think it's better we focus on our own preparations for the next few days, so we probably shouldn't hang out too much.
I was stunned. What happened to my best friend? I almost regretted coming on this trip. The only thing keeping me here was the upcoming competition. I was determined to win and get the prize. The first day of the competition arrived. We were led onto the stage, each competitor equipped with a set of pencils, colors, and a blank canvas. Laura leaned over with a mischievous grin and whispered,
May, the best girl.
I was too stressed to respond and just focused on getting onto the stage. That's when I saw it. The event was being broadcast live on TV. My heart sunk. I thought,
oh no, my mom will see this. She'll ground me for life.
Not only did I lie to her, but I'm also here with Laura, someone she can't stand. And now Laura, she turned out to be so different from what I thought. This is a nightmare. I wish I could just vanish. But I took a deep breath, pushed down my fear, and began to paint with all my heart, pouring every emotion onto the canvas. While sitting comfortably at home, my mom saw my face on the TV screen and yelled,
Pierre, our daughter, isn't on a school project. She's on TV with Laura. This is nonsense. She won't get away with this. We're flying to Europe.
My parents caught the next flight and arrived on the second day of the competition. Mom tried calling me the whole time, but I was too caught up with the competition and the drama with Laura to answer. On the final day, as I stood on stage with Laura and the other competitors, they started announcing the winners. Laura got second place and I was on the verge of tears until they announced Charlotte is the winner. Overjoyed, I walked towards the microphone to give a speech, only to see my mom storm into the hall. I was shocked and embarrassed. Yelling in front of everyone, she demanded,
How could you? Lie to me, Charlotte. You know there will be consequences. And with Laura? Of all people.
Oh, me? Of all people? Remember when you burned the book that Charlotte wrote my number in? You called and insulted me and my mom, who even threatened me, a child, to stay away from Charlotte. Do you want me to say what? You did too.
Shut it!
Don't you dare speak to my daughter like that. Laura, what exactly did my mom do to you?
Let it go. Didn't you just win? Take your prize and leave with your parents.
Your mom threatened Laura's mom with her connections in immigration, saying she'd get her deported.
What kind of sick person hates a kid like this? What has she ever done to you? You need help.
I'm taking the prize money and I'm leaving with Dad. You should consider getting help. I'll even pay for your therapy.
I traveled all this way for you to side with her. What lies has she told you?
Enough. Let's go, Charlotte.
Laura, what my mom did was wrong, but targeting me wasn't fair. Still, I'm here if you want to start over.
Then I went to receive my medal and prize, hugged my dad, and we left.